We're continuing what we like to call a culinary journey with chicken, and we're stopping in Jamaica for this next recipe. It's Jamaican fried chicken. The first one, I frankly could have stopped right there.
Well, that was our Jamaican fried chicken. It was amazing. But now let's take a little rural repast, shall we, to
what?
The Mediterranean, a rural repast. I learned that in diction class.
Okay, so
we're going to play with some interesting ingredients, some garlic, some onions, some thyme, and we're going to make just what I call like a fun drummie.
Okay.
All right, so I'm still stuck on the leg here. And what I'm going to have you do is, in here I have just breadcrumbs. I'm using panko crumbs,
right,
but you could use any breadcrumb. Fresh breadcrumbs are ideal. If you can just take a loaf of white bread, put it in your Cuisinart, and take those and put them in that bowl.
These?
Yep.
Gotcha.
And then you're going to add our herbs and spices. And the herbs and spices are, we have onion powder, garlic powder, salt. I've got pepper, beautiful paprika, some gorgeous thyme, and fresh chopped parsley. So for this recipe, I don't think there's a place anywhere for dried parsley. I just don't think it's that good. It's kind of bitter.
Okay.
So I'm using fresh parsley. So take that, throw that in there.
Right.
And then all we're going to do is take our culinary paintbrush.
Because no recipe is complete.
No recipe is complete. And we're just going to brush on some mustard. Now the recipe calls for melted butter and mustard. You can, but...
You don't need it?
No. And go ahead and mix that stuff together. Yeah, just get in there. Yeah, yeah. This is where nails come in handy. They're like little whisks.
Well, I wish I had them, but I don't. So we'll just have to use my stumps.
Stumps, nice. And then we're just gonna, so go ahead and throw some on, perfect. And then these guys, what I like to do is brush them and then let them sit in the breadcrumbs for a while, because the breadcrumbs absorb all the flavor from the chicken. And the breadcrumbs also swap flavor with the chicken as well, because remember, we have all those beautiful herbs and spices in there. So if I just went ahead and popped them in the oven, I'd have a crust flavor and I'd have a chicken flavor, but I want them to kind of meld together. So the Dijon is acting like glue. And
really good glue,
If you want to use like Golden's mustard or yellow mustard, that's okay too. It's just a little sharper. So I think this is just a little, it's got a little more character to it, but we're trying to work with stuff that you already have.
Well, you know, it's
Dijonnaise actually has mayonnaise in it. But you could, absolutely. One of my favorite marinades from an old catering company was Dijon mustard. And then they would just take mayonnaise, white wine, and chopped garlic, and they'd use that to marinate chicken.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Well, what I like about these recipes too, JP, is that they're really budget friendly, because the meat that we're using here is not expensive.
No. Well, like I said, the leg. So you can buy leg and thigh.
And it's the cheapest one out there. It's like a fraction of the cost of the boneless, skinless chicken breast.
And it tastes so much better.
Yeah, it does.
You know, especially when it's on the bone. So I'm making a little side for this, and the side is real simple. I'm just taking tricolor bell peppers, and I'm going to julienne up some apples, and I'm just going to make a little slaw. So in the bowl, I have a little bit of vinegar, a little white vinegar, and just a touch of oil, not too much oil. I'm going to put a little bit of orange juice in here, and I'm going to put a little bit of apple, because apple plays really nicely with the Dijon. And once again, if you don't have those particular chilies, that's okay. Just make it fun. So I want something kind of light and clean, because the breading, and I'm going to go across this way, just julienne them up, because the breading can be kind of heavy,
like you said.
Yeah. So this would also be a nice accompaniment for our fried earlier. So we're going to take him, throw him in there.
I think I'm going to like the apple with the green bell pepper, because it's going to mix that little tartness that it has.
Look at how pretty that is, though. This is just like the Food Network. Oh, so pretty. It's like, no, it's a pepper.
But,
yeah, romantic, but you know what? We'll just call it dinner. Okay, and then boom, on top, nice little pile. And then here are our finished drummies. And I popped them in an oven at about 400 degrees. And just take these guys and just lay them right on top. So this to me is another, you mentioned the fried before, so this way I get my crispy, but it's still nice and light, because it hasn't been fried, it's been baked. And I just think this is just like the ultimate kind of a cool Saturday lunch. You're just hanging out. You got your protein, you've got your cool texture there, you've got your vegetables.
I like how easy it is too.
Real clean, real clean. Now I don't know if you're gonna be able to eat this thing because the bone's in it and all the rest of it, but.
Is that,
because you're eyeballing it.
Have you laid the gauntlet down or what?
No, I'm just saying you're eyeballing it. So I don't want to stand in your way.
I'll be dainty. I'll be dainty. I'll be dainty. Take a bite.
You're gonna hold on.
2 down, 1 to go.
Oh, the next
A little bit later, we're making some more chicken.
Oh, it's a killer.
Because we love chicken.
It's a killer.